Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday night. It is 9 or so p.m. Welcome to the What's on Joe Mind TeamStream. Thank you for staying tuned through the end of the TBS Superstation special presentation of The Night Shift. I'm your host, Mike Irizarry. How's everybody doing?
Wow, we were preceded by Night Shift.
Right.
Big leagues.
Like the Michael Keaton, Henry Winkler, Shelley Long vehicle.
Right. America was not ready. We were still used to cool Henry Winkler Fonzie, and Night Shift kind of presented like Henry Winkler trying to act. People weren't ready.
They had apparently never seen The Lords of Flatbush.
Right. Better movie than it gets credit for. Anyways, with me here in the top row, showing off his movie trivia knowledge, it's Racktime Rob.
Hi.
Racktime Rob, this is your last Wednesday of freedom, is it not?
Yes, a week from today, the kids come back.
Can't escape them.
Right.
No.
So everybody pour one out for Racktime Rob tonight.
And said we may be. Who knows? I got we have 2 days without the kids. I might be able to, convince the rest of the department to dig the trenches and build the barricades.
Barbed wire doesn't stop those kids.
No, it really doesn't.
You got to fill the pit with water and then cover it with dirt so they don't see it.
Yeah.
They just come barreling through.
Piling up furniture, waving French flags.
Right.
La Resistance!
Singing
Turning
Master of
your
the
school
House.
into Les Miserables.
Singing Master. One day more.
Anyways, in the bottom row, he is the man of the moment, our fella on the ground at San Diego Comic-Con last weekend. I would like to think that some of you spent all weekend poring over the many photography sessions that he was able to post on our social media, but clearly you didn't.
Why the hell did I do that for?
I don't know, man. I don't
appreciated
know.
it.
You did photos more than anybody did photos, and I am sad that we clearly do not provide enough of a multimedia presence for people to get excited about when you do hours upon hours of work. So when we're done here tonight, please go to our social media down below and see this man's handiwork. Phil Donnelly of Articulated Points on the program tonight.
Our man in the trenches.
I am a little sleep deprived.
Still
That's
a little
okay.
con lagged.
A little bit, yeah.
That's okay. I'm kind of there with you. But yeah. So I mean,
San
that's
Diego twice that weekend. So
yeah. So fill us in a little bit on that. Give us, but without talking about anything specifically that we're going to cover in the news. How was your weekend? Give us the overview.
well, believe it or not, it's been a week already. That's just time flies quick. Like by this time tomorrow, I was inside the convention center, like texting you pictures while the show was going on to see if there was any chance at all of them like going on screen. But no, there wasn't.
We had a fun weekend for our internet connection to be just weird.
Yeah.
Like it was like we could chat, but for some reason it wouldn't let me. It would not let me upload pictures. Like video and photos were just too much.
Weird.
Chatting in Messenger was fine. But anything that was a feast for the eyes, a visual sensation, was right out.
Not happening. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, if you scroll up, there was a comment from Wreckship85 I think I needed to address. It was about why do they start the kids in the middle of the week?
Yes, here we go. Wreckship85 wants to know, why do schools randomly start in the middle of the week?
I will tell you why. The last 2 years, we have actually started school on a Monday and had that first week be a full week. It sucks.
Yeah, no, the kids are not ready. It's terrible, but Racktime Rob actually does start on Monday. He just has 2 days in school to do administrative stuff without having kids around, and it's a big help to everybody involved. We've got a few friends who are in the teaching game, and they all say the same thing. Every single one of them hates starting school on Monday.
Oh, it's
you just need a day to get everything figured out and get things moved around and so 2 days at Ragtime Rob's school. They do what they call blue days and gold days. So basically that first rotation is out, and then they'll start with a blue day on Wednesday, and everybody'll be thrilled.
Yeah, no, it's just really, I mean, the kids are shot, at least on my end, they're shot by the end of Thursday, the end of the second day, so, I mean, the last 2 years, that's been Tuesday. So then we're just dealing with, God help us, the next 3 days. Either they're just completely listless or they are cranky and they are taking it out on everybody who can't, around it. It's just, bleh.
Yeah, Benjamin Kitt, similar circumstances. We do, because we run on a block schedule. Each kid gets 4 classes on Thursday, then a different 4 classes on Friday, and all that good stuff. So seriously.
There's no reason for us to be there Wednesday.
I understand why, as parents, it may be easier to start your kids on Tuesdays, but I would just say, show some patience for the folks that are actually watching your tiny Tasmanian devils over the course of the week, and just understand that that's one they need to make it a little bit easier for them.
The school board has sent out a proposal, or at least the superintendent proposed to the board, about starting it a week later next year. And I just said, they should have sent that at the beginning and not the end, of summer break. Because at summer break, it's like, I think most parents would vote for the kids to have been back, 2 weeks already.
Cobra Emperor 6 says, I hate starting work on a Monday too. Man, me too.
Oh,
I like drifting in Thursday noonish, and then kind of being in and out for a little while. And then by Thursday morning, I'm finished. I'm out. I'm done. So I hear you on that one. That is absolutely the God's honest truth.
The timeline on that doesn't seem to work out right, but okay.
Rickship85 says being mentally shot by Thursday, if not sooner in the week, is just preparing them for the 9 to 5 grind. That's true, but they need to at least wait till they're adults.
Yeah.
So that it's their responsibility. It's not on us as guardians. No, it's on them. They're on their own. Joe Fan 84. My son is sure a tiny Tasmanian devil. Yeah. I mean, you guys are at that point. Again, I feel for you, parents. You got to be at that point in the summer. You're out of stuff, and those kids are just running around and tearing the house to pieces. And they need to get back into the school structure as well. But give the folks at school a day or two to get ready. Figure Six Pack says, my last job, I worked 10-hour work days, 4 days a week, and that was during COVID, working at home. I have had a couple of jobs that have had weird schedules like that, including my current one, where I worked 3 12-hour days one week and then 4 12-hour days the other week in my pay period. So that's a strange one. I have had the 4 10-hour work days. I've had it where I was off on every Friday, which was awesome. I had it where I was off every Wednesday, which was also pretty awesome. And I have had it where I was off on Monday, which is actually the least awesome of the 3. So, Mr. Monday isn't so bad, because if you're miserable on Mondays, at least everybody's miserable together. You're not showing up on Tuesday and being like, oh, it's Monday, blah, blah, and everybody's joking around and making that same joke to you, and you just want to throw coffee in their face and be done with it.
The nice thing about the 3-day weekend is, yeah, sure, Tuesday feels like it's Monday, but it's still Tuesday.
Right. The best part of Wednesday was that you do 2 10-hour days, and then you got a break.
Yeah.
and you got a day in the middle of the week, you can set all your appointments and do your grocery shopping and clean up and like Wednesday, every Wednesday off is amazing.
And Wednesday is New Comic Day.
And Wednesday is New Comic Day. That it was at a time when I was not collecting comic books actively, but it would have been nice to have. And of course, Friday speaks for itself.
Yeah,
right, Friday off. That's oh, I miss it. I don't miss the job that was connected to it. That was a kind of a crummy job, but the schedule was nice. I have to concede there. Anyways, Phil, getting back to your San Diego adventure. Give us a bit of an overview. What you were there like 6 days.
5 preview night plus days 1 through 4. Got all the Pulse exclusives on preview night, which was a first for me, but it meant that it was a lot of pressure off, so those were secured.
Yeah, that's nice.
Finding out the Super 7 booth was virtually non-existent this year was a surprise, but also that all their exclusives went online while I was waiting to get into the convention center made it really easy to snag them. So, literally the only thing you could buy at the Super 7 booth in the convention center this year was that Cookie Monster plush with the Levain cookies. That was it.
Did you buy it?
I did not know.
What the hell's wrong with you, Phil? That's
the
Mike just wanted the Cookie Monster.
But it was just this strip of a booth that was like 5 feet.
Uh-oh.
That was it. Previously, you had like racks of clothing. You had the display cabinets showing the prototypes and other toys they had available. You had a whole checkout counter. I don't know what went wrong this year, but everything was going on with their retail store location that they made Godzilla themed this year. So I didn't bother walking out to it, but I did get the coin.
Maybe they had decided that, basically they could only afford one of those things.
Well, they did lay off pretty significant numbers this past year, so maybe that was, they're not a particularly big company to begin with, so
we could only speculate.
Staffing.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it. That was weird.
I mean, this is a very pro cookie show, Phil. So.
Oh yes, of course I do. Yeah.
I mean, look at Diana Davis's comment there.
It was a counter with cookies.
Oh, I missed it. There we go. It was a counter with cookies.
Yeah, but if you're going to have a counter, at least let it have cookies.
Joe Fan 84 says that Joe Fest Super 7 just had a shelf with a few things on it. Yeah, but keep in mind too that is a haul for Super 7. Like they're out in San Francisco. To get to Augusta, Georgia that's just logistically not terribly possible for them. So
driving a big rig cross country to do that. Yeah.
So did you got to hang out with the Davises at all, Phil?
Diana, yeah. Friday and Saturday. Yeah. She had to come in late on Thursday. And then she took off on Sunday. So,
And as I understand it, you two were almost killed trying to get He-Man swords.
Here's a story.
Yeah. That wasn't so great.
You didn't think I knew about that one, did you?
Oh, I'm sure you found out. Diana was telling anybody who listened about it. Yeah, so I don't know how they did it at other times to make it an orderly handout of their case of foam He-Man power swords. But when we were there, people tended to know what time it was supposed to be because they were telling them what.
Uh-oh.
And rather than let us get in line.
Hold on a second, Phil. Just start that up one more time, just because you blinked out for a second.
Okay, so I don't know how they did it at other times, but when we were there, a crowd was kind of forming because we all knew when the handout was supposed to happen. And rather than form a line for us all to orderly line up and get a sword received to us, they pulled out the box, dropped it, thankfully at my feet, but said go crazy. And
oh shit, no, that's a terrible idea.
Good.
Yeah.
Good
Wow. Somebody needs to get fired. Wow.
I almost got slammed into the poor Mattel guy who was standing next to me, between me and the wall of displays where the He-Man sword was. I had to put up an arm just so I wouldn't be pushed into him. Somebody was stepping on Diana's foot and wouldn't back off.
Figure 6
At
pack
my
noting
feet,
that
I did manage to get a sword to myself and Diana, and I tried to also give it to some of the kids who were standing by us too. But yeah, that was not well done, and it was gone real quick.
the He-Man power swords turned people into a villainous Skeletor. So there you go. Phil Donnelly, friend of the children, defender of Diana Davis.
I don't know if you don't want to put it up, but I understand if you don't. But surveillance.
Yeah, no, I
really
say.
I feel bad though. There was one kid by me who didn't get a sword. They ran out before I could get him one. But
you didn't give him your sword, Phil?
I remember got trampled. I was going to keep that sword.
Right. I bled on that sword.
It was now a biohazard.
I bled on that sword.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting. But apparently they go for a lot of money on eBay, so it might be worth it.
Right. It'll pay your hospital bills.
Yeah.
Firefly made it, and not at the end.
All right, Firefly.
Thanks to Mrs. Firefly for reminding him. It's only like every Wednesday at 9. I don't know, and I don't know. This guy sends us money every month. You'd think he'd remember when we were actually on.
He sends you money. He can afford to ignore you.
Right. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's paying us to go away.
Take your money and leave.
Wow, we're PBS.
Surveillance Port notes that he should have put a shoulder down and went for the gold like all the adults. He's not going to make it in real life. Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
We'll all see. But if you're with us tonight, remember we are not on the Facebook's live anymore. So because that's just a terrible platform for being live on. But we are here on the YouTube, so be sure to go down underneath Phil's lovely visage and do all that cool YouTube stuff. Click that like button, click that subscribe button. Hopefully enough of you will click the subscribe button so that someday I never have to ask you to click a subscribe button again. I hate doing that. I do. If you got a couple of bucks laying around, you can help support the channel. We do have our coffee link down below. If you donate to us monthly, even if it's as little as $1 every month, that does get your name in our closing credits. We are trying to figure out something else to do, maybe to tier that up a little bit so that we can maybe have a real benefit to having, paying for us and helping support us and helping to take care of our monthly bills. But we're getting there. We're a small time operations ourselves. We're even smaller than Super 7. Hard to believe, but there's fewer of us here than there are at Super 7. Which
we really only add up to a Super 4.38.
Yeah, it's not much.
Trying to work the math on that. I don't think I want to know how much I'm worth.
But what do you say? Since
you are a little higher now because you do have a sword.
An S word.
Since there is so much of it, what do you say we get to the news? First news item. Don't be waving breaker in front of people. It's going to start a riot.
Free sword.
Oh, God.
Free sword. Paratrooper figures.
Right. Just throwing kids out of the way. Left hand, right hand. In case you hadn't heard, in case you were asleep for the first 20 minutes of the show, which, let's face it, some of you are. Last weekend was San Diego Comic-Con. And of course, Phil was on the ground. We were going to run down all the pertinent GI Joe information from the show, and that's probably going to take the bulk of 2 hours. So,
you sure that's just water in your cup there?
Dude, I this is like first thing in the morning for me now. I'm in case the folks at home don't know, I work overnights, so my schedule, my body rhythms are all out of whack. So I'm still getting used to it. It's been a couple of weeks, but I'm still not quite in the zone, if you will. But of course, pre-orders are open now for the guys that we've been seeing for a couple of weeks. We got to see some digital renders during the Hasbro Classified panel. You can see there the Grim Viper and Mainframe and Sci-Fi and Wetsuit. That is your basic assortment for the current wave. They're checking in about $25 a piece, and they are available wherever fine toys are sold. The animal assortment there includes the Desert Scorpion and his giant mutant blue-blooded scorpion. They are in the animal category, so they're about $42 a piece. Again, wherever your toys are sold, those guys are there for you. Rack Time Rob.
Yes.
You got your pre-orders in?
Yes. I ordered the 3 Joes.
All right. No Desert Scorpion?
I think he's just too far past my time. I was like looking, I'm just going,
How about you, Phil?
I got one of each. And if people are wondering why Desert Scorpion is so expensive, that picture of the scorpion is to scale with the figure. It is about the size.
It's a big bug.
Yeah, it's huge. If you had looked at Phil's pictures from the weekend, you would know this already. It is also very articulated. That is not a cheap piece of toy. The claws move. I believe the pincers open and close. All the little legs on the side move. The tail moves. So that scorpion is no cheap plastic throw-in. That is a legit figure of it in its own right. But Hasbro's done the animals well, right?
I think one of the things Lenny was saying to people at the Hasbro booth was that he had a few of those scorpions on his desk, and every now and again he'd look out of the corner of the eye and just
yeah. I don't doubt him. I don't fault him on that.
They are mean looking things.
But these are the people that have brought you Timber and Junkyard and the polar bear and all kinds of great animals to this point. So that scorpion is right in line with those great offerings that have been put forth already.
And it's larger than an actual scorpion.
Yeah.
I mean, let's hope.
Well, most actual scorpions.
American scorpions.
Yeah.
The folks in Australia are kind of laughing at that scorpion. Yeah. But
replace theirs with a coconut crab. There we go.
Like I said, Desert Scorpion, he's he's General Lee, so I was just kind of like, maybe, I didn't have to make a quick decision.
I don't know if some of these factoids got lost or were ever relayed to you guys, but some of them mentioned in the panel. The scorpions obviously are that big because, Mindbender and his genetic shenanigans. But if you look at the harpoon that the Desert Scorpion has, there's actually a little wire on it. So it's actually electrified because they figured it's not so much that they're pets as they are kind of just herded
weapons
and prodded into positions.
I figured that was kind of in the prod category.
Yeah. You're not training a scorpion.
No. So and they also said, a Desert Scorpion comes out, he might not come back, and it might be because of that giant scorpion.
Yeah, they're scorpions are just dumb and angry. That's all.
This fun little story building they put into the accessories. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I actually have not gotten my pre-orders in. I do plan on getting the 3 Joes and probably a Desert Scorpion.
Biting your tongue while ordering that green one?
I'm not feeling the Grim Viper. I'm
at the Green Joe.
You meant Sci-Fi rather than Flash.
I look, I love Flash, but I can't blame Sci-Fi for Flash not being in the line yet. It's not Sci-Fi's fault.
We need more laser troopers.
Right. I mean, they're
At least
going to
one
get
more.
mad at everybody with a laser gun. That would be silly. I'd be mad all the time. And not to mention, Sci-Fi looks like they did a really good job on it.
Yeah.
Definitely some 30th anniversary influence in that the mask with the full face option, which I appreciate that. Little nods back. So it's not just the 86 version they're looking at.
Yeah. No, I'm for it. It's Wetsuit is still the one I like the best out of this. I'm glad they at least gave him a pistol, but since they've released Mainframe, he's kind of moving up my list too. But yeah, I got nothing against Sci-Fi. There's no heat there.
Part of me does wish we kind of still got that big 80s suitcase computer and added in those folding out legs we didn't get originally. But,
Suitcase, steamer trunk.
I understand the laptop is probably a little more modern, but you know,
that thing should have stickers for you, like, you know,
with the 3-inch computer monitor.
I remember when we were really, really young kids, right? And my dad one day we didn't have a computer at home just yet. So it's 82, 83. And he brought home one of those giant suitcase computers. And it was the coolest thing in the world. Until like I moved it. He had it on the kitchen table and I kind of moved it. And he was like, be careful. You don't want that falling on you. It'll break your legs. and he was right, because when I tried to move it, my tiny child arms could not move the computer. So yeah, no, I think this is an improvement.
And just think, he had to lug that on the subway.
Right. I mean, he's safe with it, because it's like if you're on the subway and you're looking for people to rob, it's like, well, I got to be able to get away.
Yeah.
So I can't do anything with that. I'm just gonna stumble around and get caught with a giant 186-pound computer. But yeah, with a couple of months. Yeah, a couple of months later, we had an Apple IIe. So
which was lighter,
but considerably, considerably, practically portable for its time. The 2E, not the 2 Plus, mind you. We went right past the 2 Plus.
Yeah, it's kind of collectible these days.
A whopping 64K built in.
The 2 Plus, there was a specific repeat key. Like if you wanted to hold a button down, it would just click the key once. Like if I went and held the N down, it would just type N until I picked my finger up. But on the 2 Plus, if you held the N down, you could have your finger there for 5 days. It would hit the letter N once. But there was a repeat key on it. And that's what always sticks out of me about the 2 Plus to the 2E. That was the one major difference. The 2E had built-in repeat keys. It was the height of technology.
We had finally progressed past the typewriter.
The height. The zenith of human achievement.
I think the
self-repeating keys.
The big difference between the Plus and the E was the Plus, you had the option of expanding it from 48 to 64K, and the E was the 64K was already built in.
It was repeat keys.
Who's ever going to need that much memory?
Exactly. I don't know.
I think the biggest difference, if you stop and look at it, was that the 2 Plus was gray and the 2E was tan.
Yeah.
I think they didn't just leave it out in the sun too long.
Just the biggest difference.
Well, that's because the 2 Pluses we worked at school have been upgraded to 64. That's all.
The 2E, I had Earl Weaver baseball and karateka.
Earl Weaver baseball.
I was set, man. I didn't need nothing else.
How did you win Earl Weaver baseball? Got thrown out.
You get thrown out.
Blew for the blast and then argue with the umpire.
Right. Earl Weaver baseball was a pretty good baseball sim.
But how many Sierra Adventure games? That's the important question.
I don't know.
Nice text-based computer game.
Yeah, I played a lot of Pac-Man. I got a good arcade style Pac-Man ripoff from a kid at school. I played a lot of Pac-Man.
What about Lee Carvalho's golfing challenge?
Lee Caravello's putting challenge.
Nowhere Man Child says, time to get a 1/12 scale number muncher. I don't know, man. I hate to see them do that before we get a good classic 1/18. That's all I'm saying. And then school got the Macs before we ever got a Mac. So we hung on to that 2E. I mean, it made the move with us. It was well into the 80s before that 2E went away.
I think we still had. I don't think Dad replaced it with an IBM until I left for college.
Yeah. It's the 2E was in my and Jimmy's room for a while in Indiana. So I know it there may have been some overlap there, but it was almost exclusively running Earl Weaver baseball seasons. Anyways, so pre-orders are open now. When we're done here, be sure to visit Hasbro Pulse or Big Bad Toy Store, or Entertainment Earth, or wherever you get your toys. Get your fill. Go get your stuff. Also open on pre-order. We were not ready for this. This is revealed in the San Diego panel, but the Steel Core Sentry and Modular Defense Post. It's basically a Steel Core repaint along with that Cobra Modular Defense Post repaint. They're kicking in $54.99 is what the Cobra one was priced at. I haven't actually seen a price attached to this yet, or I hadn't before it came on, but I think it's $54.99.
I believe you're correct.
So I try to do the slides in advance. You see, sometimes I forget to go back and update.
It is in fact $59.99.
All right, so I'm wrong.
Oh wow!
Stupid tariffs.
Yeah.
But
I'm paying $5 more than I thought. Okay.
$59.99. But I'm probably taking a pass on these. They're cool and all. I got nowhere to put them. How about you, Phil?
I've kind of got an all things Steel Brigade love for these, so it was on there.
All right, fair enough. How about you, Ragtime Rob?
I got one.
And you paid $5 more than you thought?
Yeah. Ain't that a kick in the head?
I do appreciate that they put two of them in the case so you could see how they kind of merge together.
Right.
They get big real quick. And it is, yes, modular with the Cobra one as well. They said the roof panel's the same color too, so you can mix and match those a little easier if you want.
Is the missile system different?
I don't know. I would just assume no, that they have the same sort of plug would make sense to me, but I can't say that definitively.
Okay. It's just random thought that I had. I for trying to find pictures of the Cobra one for even as recently as it was out was surprisingly difficult. So I didn't really get a chance to do a compare and contrast.
Because we only have the press pictures. It still haven't released, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
There's these and yeah. So no, the only things I got press pictures on were the things that are currently on presale. Had to hunt for the rest of them, so you could tell Hasbro let a lot of the PR team go. Yeah. But Rickship 85 says, I think the missiles are the same as the Stinger. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's the Stinger rack, just got a different mount to it. But again,
yeah,
I'm not sure.
It looks like it's the machine gun set off of the vamp.
Yeah. I'm just not sure if it's the same thing that came with the Cobra one. I imagine it would be. I don't remember
what the Cobra one came with. Yeah, I
don't think that armament came with the Cobra one, but it still should be interchangeable.
Yeah, it'll be compatible with it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think I'm getting one of these, but we'll see.
And
no, I'm not
sandbags.
I'm not going there. Figure 6-pack. I'm not going. I'm not dignifying that in the live chat. And we finally got a real look at actual Cold Slither figures. Again, Phil took many pictures of them. They are up on our social media amongst the photos that he released. We got some cool promo shots of Cold Slither. Zartan doing some damage to the guitar there in shot number 2.
Sure.
All right, and labeled as Pythona, but clearly incorrect. Cold Slither, they're at $119.99. That's going to be available on the Hasbro Pulse site at some point. They said this week. It's Hasbro Pulse, so take that with a grain of salt. Might be there now. I don't know. I haven't looked today. You can see it includes Zartan and his guitar, Ripper with the keytar, Torch with his guitar, Buzzer with his drum kit. We've seen this for a couple of weeks now. I don't necessarily want to beat a dead horse with it. But Phil Donnelly.
Yes, sir.
Did you get these guys at San Diego?
Yes.
Oh, man.
All right.
Yes, I did.
Are we going to see them during what we got in, or have you opened them yet?
I have not opened them yet. I kind of need to take pictures of them first, so it's probably still going to stay in the box, but it's right here. I have let you down, I know. I might open them. I do have I have a second one of these I have to mail out over the weekend, so I could open it.
Wreckship 85 helping us out. Cold Slither's $124.99. You know, I thought that, and then that 119 is right off of their press release. So I figure, well, let me pull that off. I'll go with the press release. No, clearly not.
And I think it was $124.99 at the con too. So
available for premium members on August 1 at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. For other lesser human beings.
East Coast time.
Yes, Eastern time. Eastern time.
Eastern.
Yeah, I don't know why people feel compelled to plug other shows in our live feed. I don't get that. I'm not. Those comments never get on screen. So why would I want to send people to other shows in the middle of our show? I don't begrudge anybody. I'm just saying, you know, unless it's articulated points. Bill's right here.
Yeah, I come to you guys.
Anyhow, Cobra Emperor 6 says Phil didn't send you guys a set. I'm shocked. I'm not. I don't have the $125 to spend on this. I wish I did. This is a really cool set, but it's one I can unfortunately let pass.
Yeah, me too.
Dustin Jeffrey, there are other shows. I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Lord knows we have spawned how many shows off of the back of what's on Joe Mind. You go through our 14-year guest list, and it's just people that would start a podcast after other people that would start a podcast after other people that would start a podcast, and we've lasted longer than most of them. But
including the short-lived rival, What Is on Joe Mind?
Yeah, we ground them to dust. Our lawyers got after them.
We sued the pants off them.
Yeah.
See, but Dustin Jeffrey, he knows the real secret.
Right. Other shows don't feature Dr. Saxo, the rock and roll cat. That's right.
Meow. 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 Meow.
That's right.
Oh dear.
Hooters Garage notes that Defense Post has a similar paint scheme to the 83 HQ. It does. It's probably as close as we're going to come. Recship 85. Next year's exclusive needs to be Hector Ramirez with a 20-question news fan. While I think that would be awesome, good luck getting a couple thousand people to spend $125 on that.
It's a guy with a mustache in a 3-piece suit.
Yeah,
$100.
I'm all for a Hector Ramirez exclusive figure somewhere along the line. Maybe he comes with his camera guy, but
And an undercover Baroness.
right in a chubby suit.
Baroness in a nebbish suit.
Right. But yeah. So no, that's fine. And again, that's what an exclusive should be, right? It should be something that if you want it, you can spend the money and get it, and it's great, and it's a great piece. But otherwise, not such a big deal. Like it's something that the normal collector can let go.
It shouldn't break the collection, by not having.
Right. Used to tick me off in 30th anniversary. They made Zorana a San Diego collector's exclusive. They made Jinx a San Diego collector's exclusive. I mean, that's you can't do that. Those are important characters. And they made them for 500 people, and
we'll get 4 more Joes in Arctic gear.
Right.
Fine.
Right. Also revealed, Pythona. And Pythona, again, speaking not as the biggest Cobra Law fan in the world, this is awesome.
They definitely did their homework.
Yeah.
This is just flat out incredible. This is great work all around. But there she is. She is the New York Comic Con, London MCM, Fall Con exclusive. Pythona is going to be $39.99. Anything that they don't sell at those cons will be available on the Hasbro Pulse site later in 2025. She includes the cloth cape, the fangy head, the face huggers, the gem of unusual size that answers all questions, and lots of other weird shit. Lots of the fun organic weapons that she was toting around in GI Joe the movie back from 1987. Phil, what do you think?
I appreciate the face hugger. Careful, I said that. Can actually clip onto a person's face. We got to test that on a Crimson Guard, but
those guys who very much die.
Yeah.
Absolutely, those guys die in that movie.
She's got the acid finger. She's got the gas coming out. It's great. I do wish the outfit was a little more closer to the animation model, but that's nitpicking at this point. It's probably closer to the new comic book design anyway, right?
That was the impression that I got, having kind of looked at pictures of that. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more muted, like the comic book version.
I'll probably end up getting one just because it's really cool.
That the fangy head is a sale. I mean, that's insane how that looks.
How about you, Ragtime Rob? What do you think?
I like this. I'll try and get one.
That is the if, right? There's a lot of folks out there who absolutely hate Cobra Law. They're not in on it. I get why Pythona, as a member of that faction, isn't exclusive, but man, she gets right up on that line that we were just talking about, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, I'll take a swing at trying to get one of these. I have the Nemesis Enforcer. It's funny, the Cobra Commander miniseries and the way these figures look has kind of given me a second consideration on Cobra Law, where if you get the right story behind it, you can make it work.
Right. I think they get it shows how little time an 85-minute animated movie gives you to flesh out an entire faction of weapons, or your entire faction of villains, rather. Even though that seems like a lot of time to throw in all those characters, they were also introducing a bunch of Joes, and then you actually have a plot, and things are happening to your established characters, and so Cobra Law gets a little bit of a raw deal, I think, just because it suffered from not having a third season of the Sunbow cartoon to flesh them out a little bit.
I also think that movie script
Oh, Phil died.
be their name was just kind of this placeholder that they never actually swapped out.
Right. The incredibly annoying battle cry, not points in their favor either. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, and plus, what didn't help the fact was, the Cobra Law figures they released in '87 are crummy.
Yeah, Nemesis Enforcer is the best of the three, and he's like they didn't have the means to make him as cool as they needed to.
Yeah.
And like Globulus isn't that bad. It's just there again, the execution on that snake half isn't what it needs to be. That thing's like a nightstick with a torso. It is not terribly bendable. I had a kind of a beat up Globulus figure, and when I was had a roommate that had cats, the cats got a hold of it, and they couldn't do anything to it. Teeth, claws, didn't matter. They could not damage that Globulus figure, which says a lot about the safety standards, certainly. But Lord knows they tried. They loved them some Globulus, and it looked as good as the day I got it. Which again, it was kind of a beater to begin with, but they didn't do any damage to it. So
they were fans of Burgess Meredith.
Right. Well, I mean, who isn't, right?
Exactly.
He's Mick. He's the Penguin.
You give him a top hat.
He's the dirty old man from Grumpy Old Men. I mean, what else do you need?
He played Ernie Pyle in the story of GI Joe.
Right.
Pyle.
That's your tie right there.
Yeah, Ernie Pyle. They named the journalism school at IU after him.
But
give Globulus a top hat and an umbrella.
Alti66 says it's crazy, but I can't see Cobra Law in my classified display. But make her in Reaction Plus, and she's an instant buy. Well, I mean that too.
Time and place.
I think we are. It's one of the major holes in all of our collections at this point, is that there is no O-ring 1/18th scale Pythona out there, right? Like most everybody's been covered somewhere between 1982 and today, right?
We got that big lob.
got big lob. Getting big lob again.
Yeah. But
sorry, I'm cracking and popping today. But yeah, so keep an eye open. Python will be out there later this year in the fall, probably for delivery in early next year. And she's cool. So I doubt she's going to last long. Don't sleep on Pythona. There we go. Also revealed, we got some 2-pack here action here. Short Fuse and Steeler making their way in. Thanks to the surveillance port for the render. Because again, Hasbro's PR, not terribly useful for stuff that wasn't going to be pre-ordered. And of course, I got one of Phil's
one of the pics I sent, but I don't know if you noticed it particularly well, but there is a way to set up a little explosion from the mortar, peg onto the mortar missile to actually have it coming out, and it'll bend a little bit, but there is a way to actually do that.
There you go.
a fun
Diana
little feature.
Davis with the entendre of the night. She and her clams will sell out fast. Yeah, I bet they will.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh my!
Oh my. Anyway. But yeah, Steeler and Short Fuse. Good to see them. Look like we're trying to give some interest to Short Fuse, the most boring GI Joe of all time. And unfortunately, Steeler being here, it puts to death some of the Mobat rumors, I think, unless we get a Sunbow Steeler, complete with hollowed out sick guy eyes.
Running into the distance action.
brown acid Steeler.
I do love those cartoons. But yeah, so again, the honcho, I'm sure, is also thrilled. The Steeler is his guy. For folks who've been with us a little while will remember. Phil, what'd you think?
And they actually do look really cool in person. I probably will keep a helmet on the Short Fuse just because I kind of think he needs it. But I do love the visor with the little mic combo. It's a fun little, minor update to Steeler's look, but it seems very effective. Honestly, I just love little mic things all the time.
Right. I mean, he's driving a tank with that thing on, so legitimately he should have he should be talking to people.
I like that they still gave him an Uzi. That's a nice callback. It would be funny if at some random point he starts shipping with Law's Uzi. No explanation given.
My theory about Steeler with the Uzi is just that they didn't want to spend the money on a pistol. So Snake Eyes had the smallest gun, so they just decided, well, I give him one of those. Give him one of those.
I mean, if Breaker didn't get a gun.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, man. Lord knows that Mobat was not a whole lot of pieces, so. Or it was a 1,000 pieces, but I don't think it necessarily counts that way.
Yeah. Well, I'm good with it either way.
What about? I know there's a lot of folks out there that are crying about the character selection on this. They want to know why these two guys are showing up before their particular favorites in either the early part of the run or the original 13. And just relax. Just be happy that they're here. It doesn't mean that they like them anymore. It doesn't mean that they're any more popular. It means that they have the opportunity to put them out. It's all going to be okay.
It also probably means that it required the least amount of new tooling.
That too, right? I mean, I can't. I got so many private messages this past week. Oh, how do you like they're doing that? Doing Short Fuse before they get to Flash. Whatever. I don't care. I'm glad they're both. I'm glad Short Fuse is coming out. That's a guy like that. That's a character I was legitimately concerned was going to get ignored. I could have seen Classified coming to an end without Short Fuse and been like, yeah, I get it. He's pretty non-existent. But yeah, no. So I'm happy it's happening. I'm glad they took the thought to make a good Short Fuse out of it too.
And it also means we have a higher chance of Zap now.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I'm sure Zap was a bit more prolific than Short Fuse was. But
having his web gear made already makes that a lot easier to do.
That's true too. Ragtime Rob, what do you think?
I like this. I mean, to be quite honest, this might have been the thing that I was most excited about when they revealed it, because I was like, "Hey, Steeler, cool!" Because I didn't think we'd see Steeler. To be quite honest, I couldn't see them making a giant tank. Even on Haslab, and
right.
But so the fact that Steeler came rolling around, I was happy to see, because I liked Steeler out of the original 13. There,
he's gotten a unique look among the 13.
Yeah, and I mean, when I was reading the comic, he was getting quite a bit of play in the comic. So.
And they got the right gear. They didn't load them down with way too much of it. They decided to spend some of that space and time on blast effects. So good. It's Can always use more blast effects. Never a bad plan. So no, I'm all about this one. I'm thrilled for it. Even though there's still no Flash.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm getting one of these when they roll out.
Yeah. No, Phil, was there any kind of thought as to when this might be happening? Obviously, there's a prototype in the case, so it can't be too far down the road.
I just heard later in the year. They said it was the last Target exclusive for the year, so it will be this year. But beyond that, I couldn't say.
This is a Target?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That adds a bit of a curve to things because they kind of suck about exclusives these days. But
yeah, well, that's the game they got to play.
Yeah. Yeah, but
yeah, but that took a week of looking, and I don't have that kind of time right now.
I'm going to start a riot. Right, I'd have missed it entirely, except Racktime Rob was like, they got one. Okay, get me one. And then the other reveal, the other prototype reveal was the Ghost Viper.
And similar deal here. This is a Walmart exclusive, and it will be the last one for the year.
Interesting take on the Ghost Viper. If you listen to the panel, that he's kind of a henchman to Crystal Ball. It's not actually a ghost. They use nanotechnology to create hard holograms of claws and animal heads and all that other cool stuff. But that said, they get these guys outfitted pretty good. I don't know if Crystal Ball is going to need a team of henchmen in my world. But I can't deny that this dude in all of his glow-in-the-dark luminescent glory is not cool to look at.
I can get behind some psychological warfare troopers for Cobra.
Yeah, I was about to say, Phil, what do you think, Phil? What's your take here? You got to see it up close and personal.
Yeah, that you can change the heads out for like that viper head with a skull mask, or like a giant serpent's head or a wolf's head. That's fun. And knowing it's not actually, mutating the human, but it's just like projecting light around that, I can buy into that a lot more. It was really kind of selling me on it, seeing how translucent and green it is. It's real fun and up close when you get the light on it.
Yeah, these are absolutely fun. What do you think, Racktime Rob?
Yeah, they look really, really cool. Again, I must have missed it. They're Walmart exclusive. But that kind of makes sense with Crystal Ball being a Walmart exclusive.
True.
That being said, I'm a lot, I'd be a lot less upset if I missed out on this as opposed to the previous pack.
Right. And same. But I do have to say, for being something that conceptually I have very little interest in, this guy is cool looking enough that I may have to grab one anyway.
And you can take off the green glowy bits if you want and just make him a regular weird colored viper. I mean,
why would you? Why? I mean, I understand.
If you lack imagination or whimsy.
I understand. I understand why. I'm just saying, but clearly, no. The crazy day glow green stuff is the entire reason why I am purchasing one of these. So no, he'll always have as much of that on himself as he possibly can. But yeah. Jake Rose notes the pre-orders are already sold out. Careful now. We can't. I gotta throw a disclaimer on that. That's a joke, everyone. That's a joke. Don't know. Nothing's happened with this. It's actually just a well-placed bit of satire by our friend Jake Rose. Everyone be cool.
Simmer down. Okay. Put the pitchforks away.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. That being said, I've had a little bit more luck with Walmart pre-orders than
of late. Yes, yeah, they've been. I
mean, I even put the got on the waiting list, for Crystal Ball, and got the email that said, "Hey, it's available," and I was able to order one. So
weird,
novel concept.
Now, I know, right? Will they send you a box that has something in it?
That's the question.
They're just going to put the label straight on the package and send that.
It's fine.
Goggin
I throw
with
the package out.
Andrew Goggin with a simmer down.
Simmer down now.
Dustin Jeffrey. So Ghost Viper would be played by Jake Gyllenhaal in a movie and expose Spider-Man's secret identity. Yes. Why not?
What was it that I got the label straight on the package? Oh yeah, the Ironhide and Prowl 2-pack from Amazon.
Slap the label right on the box and
right on the back. It's
good thing you didn't want that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I say that unironically. It is a good thing you're not a big in the package guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that happened to somebody who caused their customer service people a much bigger headache than you caused.
Yeah. And I've since replaced that Ironhide.
Why?
Because they came out with a better one.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right then. I mean, it makes sense. It is the Transformers line, and repaints tend to roll out pretty quick. Ha ha! Ha ha! Yeah. That's it. That's all I get.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think I have more Constructicons coming.
I believe so. I hope they get stubby little legs like Bone Crusher does.
I think that's in the last wave. When
just so they can all look like a team, a band of brothers.
Yeah. Scavenger has the stubby little tread legs, except they're purple.
Stubby little legs.
I'm going to be able to make a Devastator.
They should all speak with Brooklyn accents.
You're going to have Scavenger. You're going to be able to kill Prowl with a tiny gun in one shot.
I'm going to take pictures of Prowl kicking that thing's ass.
Take out Brawn with a shot to the shoulder.
Look, man, Brawn got a more dignified death than Prowl. Prowl got shot by a Constructicon with a little tiny gun.
Yeah.
Whose tech spec says he has a firepower of 2. And he just got to die in that spot to show kids at home or kids in the theater, this is what it looks like when Transformers die. Get ready, because it's going to happen to somebody you really like in a minute.
Ooh.
Benjamin Kitt says, my Legends Crossbones and Madame Mask set was shipped by Amazon the same way. It was lying on my porch in the original box with just a shipping label on it this past Sunday. Well done, Amazon.
Pictures of that, yes.
Yeah. That's why anytime I order something from Amazon, I always say it's a gift. I know it's not a gift. But they don't do that to gifts. So, and I get a box I can reuse.
You do the gift packaging option just to make sure.
And Dustin Jeffrey says Wheeljack died off screen. I know. And so did Windcharger. Yeah, I know. But you didn't get to see how they died. Prowl was the tutorial. This is what it looks like when Transformers die.
Melt from the inside.
This is what it looks like when
they
Transformers die.
They belch a small amount of liquid fire and smoke comes out of their eyes. It looks like me after I've run a mile.
What you didn't see is that he ate a whole plate of hot wings just before this.
Yeah, that's true. True.
It just ate it in his death.
Prowl. They go back to the tech specs there, man. Bob Budiansky put it in there. Prowl loves his hot wings.
But he thinks
Prowl loves patrolling the streets of Buffalo for wings.
He thinks anything under a million Scoville units is for wusses. So
Scavenger took it seriously. I'll show you wuss. I'll give you wuss, man. My little tiny Nerf gun. Pew.
He found his weak spot.
Clearly. Center mass was his weak spot.
Just off the boob.
Just off the headlight. Prowl always had such pronounced headlights. Anyways. We've gone well off the rails.
He's like a late 40s Phantom Lady comic.
Good God.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Diana
dared
Davis
to be
says,
stupid.
that was scarier than when Optimus died. They looked like they were suffering. They absolutely were, man. Good call on that, Diana. They were terrified and surprised, and it was infinitely more awful than when Optimus died, quietly surrounded by his friends and loved ones.
And
After
Ultramarines.
effecting a great victory.
Right. Mm. Anyways, moving forward. And we got some name-only reveals at the end.
Hey-o.
I did not give the requisite 5 minutes to the 5-minute cheapo graphic because there's just too many of them.
There were 5.
And one of
but
them's not going to have a good cheapo graphic.
Right. Well, they might. Who wouldn't?
Iceberg.
I mean, I would have ways of doing that one a little bit better, but there he is. It's good enough.
The
Anyways.
white on white backgrounds, man, it's hard to cut out.
I know. Lifeline, Hit and Run, Night Viper, Iceberg, and Big Lob. That's your name only reveals. Looks like it's a full wave plus a deluxe, which leads to the question, Phil Donnelly. If you were a betting man, who would you bet was the deluxe figure out of that bunch?
Hit and Run. I got to think they're going to add a little more playability with that duffel bag.
Or perhaps a pet.
Yeah. I was joking with Lenny that they should make a Target exclusive version of Hit and Run that comes with a parachute.
Should come with a helicopter because, guys are always jumping out of helicopters with parachutes.
That rope's got attached to something.
Figure Six Pack says Hit and Run is Justin Bell's favorite Joe. We know Justin Bell used to host this show.
Lies.
No,
yeah,
no,
I
actually,
think Lifeline might be the deluxe.
They did say Lifeline will come with a gun. So do with that knowledge what you will.
Although maybe it's Iceberg because it seems like they like to deluxe the Arctic figures.
The guy who came with the least amount of accessories originally.
Yeah,
So
that
if
would
you-
be the irony of this.
So if you had to pick one, because we're going to go back and grade papers later, Rack Time Rob, who would you say?
Let's say Lifeline.
Phil?
Hit and Run.
I'm going to go with Big Lob. I'm going to just say 5 full pounds of blast effects. Greg Augustin with the win. Iceberg comes with a killer whale.
He'll have the pet and it'll be a whale.
That's the win right there.
What would be great is if they dug out the mold for the Penguin Commandos from the Kenner files.
Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you don't have to look too hard. They're probably still on a shelf in some Walmart in northern Mississippi someplace.
Some
That shattered
abandoned.
Toys R Us that has not yet become a spirit.
Right,
Yeah, exactly. Some abandoned Toys R Us
right next to the peg with the crystal balls.
and the Kangs.
And a forgotten box of Fisher Price's People.
Well, those things are indestructible. So
Yeah. Yeah. And then, of course, moving on from the Hasbro panel. That's all we got in the Hasbro panel there, guys. I say all we got. That's plenty.
quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a number of stuff.
Right. We have covered this in previous weeks when they were revealed. There were 3 separate Super 7 Zartan Cold Slither sets going on there. Big Bad Toy Store has the one that is done in cartoon colors, even though it's more just like
Toy
Zartan.
colors.
Yeah, Zartan's 1984 colors is more like it. And then Super 7 has at their own shop the Banana Pants Zartan with the gold stuff, and then the folks over at Rising Phoenix Music have zebra print.
The zebra print was the only one you could actually get at San Diego Comic-Con, surprisingly enough.
Right. Actually, that's not terribly surprising to me, because I would figure that's the outfit with the least infrastructure to sell this stuff. So if they're going to have that stuff and put it on hand and get as much of it out of their own way as possible, I think they're going to take that opportunity. Whereas Big Bad Toy Store Super 7, they're used to having a warehouse full of toys. They'll sell it to you through more traditional methods.
It does feel like a real missed opportunity to not put them in Night Force or Ninja Force colors.
Oh, doesn't it though?
The bright orange and green would have worked real well here.
Get that.
Technically, the base Cold Slither Zartan is Ninja Force colors.
Get that bright orange shock of hair.
Yeah. Give him the green pants. That'd be fun. Give him all bright orange accessories.
But these are what, $50?
55.
55. And you get the poster, and you get the 45 record converter, and you get a pick, and you get the special color carded Cold Slither Zartan. I have the regular Cold Slither Zartan. I think I'm good there.
Yeah, the Super 7 one I think is just a different head sculpt and probably not color changing plastic, but otherwise the colors look pretty close.
Right. If there was any of these that really, like the zebra one is the one that I would be most interested in. Zebra guy is pretty wild. That is. There you go, Phil. There you go. That's straight out of a Van Halen video. That's Diamond Dave.
He is the Zartan is ready to go to Congress and tell Tipper Gore exactly where she can stick it.
We're not gonna take it.
That is Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown. And Dr. Soxo, the rock and roll cat.
Meow. 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 Meow.
I miss those slippers. I don't miss the cat because he's still with us. I mean, I miss him because he's not here, but the
slippers have since passed on.
Right, he's at my dad's. The slippers, unfortunately, they've gone the way of our predecessors. And more Super 7 exclusives from San Diego. We got Serpentor in his, we'll call him Red Serpentor or his Deke colors. He is available at super7store.com as of yesterday. The bat with the bomb, good luck. Because he's there's a space for him there on Super 7's website, but
sold out.
Yeah, sold good. Maybe some of them will turn up somewhere down the line. Good luck.
Weren't they on Big Bad Toy Store for a little bit?
Maybe.
Phil,
I'm asleep during the day most of the time. I got nothing. If you saw them there, then there they were.
And there they go.
And Rack Time Rob, I can't count on for any of that stuff.
I do things during the day.
He's a shiftless layabout.
That's my comic reading or Columbo watching time.
Right? It's stuff's pretty tough. Columbo watching time. What's funny is that's not a joke. He's actually just watching Columbo.
Yeah. Halfway through season 3. I believe the next one is yet another Robert Culp Did It episode.
All right. There were what, 5 of those?
At least 3, yeah.
When doesn't Robert Culp do it?
I don't know.
At least once a season, man, so far.
Right. Played a different character every time, no less.
Yeah.
He would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that meddling adult.
But these are each, they're listed at $20 a pop. Again, my guess is if you're after one of those bats with the bomb, you're probably going to have to go through secondary sellers. So good luck. Phil, you get your hands on any of these?
I got my pre-order in before I entered the convention.
Oh, there you go.
There you are. There you are.
Yeah. Waiting in line outside the door.
So-
Super 7 went up.
So the odds of your individual bat being sold to some grubby kid that was running the other direction, only moderate.
Well, I already got the shipping notice on Friday, but it hasn't really moved since then. So.
Well, give it time. They're probably just getting back to the office today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's San Diego after all. You gotta give people some time off. They're down to like 8 people at work there, so
With all that traffic.
right. Probably just got back.
They've been
Oh,
stuck
they
on the-
tried to take the 5, Phil.
To the 101. Oh, it's even worse.
Oh no.
You have to make that transition right in the middle of downtown LA. Nobody wants that.
Oh,
Is it-
God.
Is it jammed?
Always.
Yeah.
It's jammed.
Well, the Dodger game was letting out.
Oh no.
That actually does go right by Chavez Ravine.
Oh, hell. You never get out of there.
Benjamin Kitt says he ordered 5 of those bats from Super 7. They arrived quickly and in a shipping box, thankfully. So there you go.
Well,
There
they
you
didn't
go.
come from Amazon or Walmart, so, you know.
Your move, Amazon.
Richest man in the world can't afford a box.
How do you think he became the richest man of the world?
Saving
It's all
on
that
box
cardboard savings.
money, right?
Saving on boxes.
Saving on box. Your box paid for his yacht.
Yeah.
But not his mega yacht, just the yacht he keeps inside the pool on his mega yacht.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Just the regular yacht. The yacket.
Yacht.
The savings on my box paid for his knee pads to kiss someone's ass. That's all.
I think we have a next news item.
Ooh.
Doot, 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 doot.
Hey, it's
Oh.
time. We're at that part of the show, aren't we?
Yeah.
I guess we are. Cold Slither graphics in as often as possible.
Hey, tying
They're
it
gonna-
in.
They're going to start to look dated after this summer, so I'm gonna hit them as often as possible. But Word Burglar Rhymes with Comics is going on for another couple hours. It is literally another hour and a half.
94 minutes.
So all of the pledge tiers, stretch goals have been unlocked on Rhymes with Comics. So not only is the project a go, but it's all the way up. Even the vinyl was unlocked earlier today. So the option is there for you to spend a little extra and get Rhymes with Comics, the music for Rhymes with Comics, not just digitally, not just on CD, not just on cassette, but also on vinyl. Plus, there's a tote bag and there's some like a bigger size book and all kinds of other goodies. Be sure to check this one out. It's the one time where I could forgive you for going away and coming back because, again, hour and a half. This is ending literally as this show goes on. Be sure to check that out. If you're on the fence, this is the time. There is no going back from here. Word Burglar, Rhymes with Comics on Kickstarter through until midnight. If you wait till midnight, then it's going to turn into a pumpkin. It's too late.
Yep.
So check it out now. I can't promise we'll be done by midnight. We tend to talk a while.
I got an early appointment in the morning. We better be.
Your appointments. You got nowhere to be tomorrow. You can come home for your
You have somewhere to be tomorrow.
It's time to break out the slow talking.
Where do I have to be tomorrow?
I don't know.
I'm just saying you can go to your early appointment, then go come home and go back to bed. I dismiss your early appointment. You're still in shiftless layabout mode.
Trying to move my way out of it.
Yeah.
He's
Whatever.
a shifting layabout.
I am a shifting layabout.
Shift dead layabout. Phil, you get in yet?
I did not. Sorry.
Do it now.
I'll be back.
We'll see if it goes up. It's at 29,648 on a goal of 5,449. So if you go in, you're getting your stuff.
Yeah, it's funded and then some.
Yeah.
Something like over 400%. He posted on Facebook earlier that the vinyl has been unlocked. So despite the fact, I know it says on there that 35,000 is the goal for vinyl, the man himself said vinyl is good. So be sure to check that out on Kickstarter before too long tonight. Otherwise, it's too late. At which point we'll all blame. Pick random name. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights.
Oh my!
No, we won't blame them. But happy Wednesday to you too. And Jake Rose says, "Oh, he has a box. He does have a box. Word Burglar ships things in boxes.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's the mark of quality." Oh goodness.
Some basic corrugated cardboard.
You're lucky if you get card stock, sir.
Not from Word Burglar. This is quality. Boxes. But yeah, we see all the stretch goals here again. Free stickers, free magnets, bonus songs, oversized comic, the digital EP, comic or the compact disc, the tote bag, the cassette tape. That's all unlocked. And now we got the exclusive War and Wardrobe lyrical card back, and the vinyl soundtrack add in. Everything unlocked. It's all unlocked. It's all good. Go get it now. Pile on. If you were holding out for vinyl, the man said on Facebook that vinyl is good. Next news item.
Doot, 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 doot.
Oop, I'm missing my button. Where'd it go? There it go. There it is. There it is. Hey, more Kickstarter. International Freedom Force from Heavy Armor Toys going on now. Let me go ahead and get my little What's on Joe Mind box out of the corner so you can see there you go. There's Heavy Armor Toys in the corner. That's International Freedom Force is funding now on Kickstarter. It is going through August 23 at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. 60,000 is the goal to get these four figures going. Racktime Rob, I told you it was coming, man. What are we looking at here?
We're looking at right now 11,301.
Okay, so not too much since last week. So please give a moment to go ahead and check this out. I know we are in a time when lots of folks throwing a lot of money around after San Diego, but that's all right. This is still going for a few weeks, but please head over to Kickstarter. Check this guy out. Heavy Armor Toys has done some great work. I will get my pledge in at some point, probably next week. We've got the British Commando. We've got the Australian Special Forces. We've got the Ginger Hammer there leading the fight against some cool generic bad guys that are falling listlessly in the background there. Again, Heavy Armor Toys done some great stuff. They did they're the folks who did all the Sailors and the Seabees last year. They gave us the flight crew that the Hasbro Sky Striker project did not, and did a great job with it. So please head over to Kickstarter. Check this out. The link is down below. So is the one for Word Burglar, by the way. Both links down below in the comments or in the description. So you can check those out at your leisure. Again, we've got a few weeks left on this. It is funding through August 23 at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So almost a month, like better than 3 weeks still on this one.
24 days.
Yeah. Check this one out. You will not be disappointed. And you can't beat it. High quality O-rings at this price point is good stuff. Phil, have you checked it out?
I have. If I do back it, it's still gonna have to wait a few weeks. But
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Even if you don't plan on backing, please help spread the word. Throw that link around in all of your collecting circles, whether that's Reddit pages or Discord servers or Facebook groups or what have you. Just spread it around. I think this is one of those projects that just needs better word of mouth. So we let's even if you're not going to build, even if you're not going to pledge, help build some momentum. Click and share. Next news item. Oh my God. It's more Kickstarters. That's right. Renegade Game Studios. Funding through August 14th. It's GI Joe Risk. You can complete missions or plots to achieve victory, which sounds pretty much like Risk, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
This funded in about 15 minutes. So again, if you pledge this, you're gonna get what you pay for. I am not a big Risk guy. Racktime Rob is a Risk guy, so he'll probably throw in on this guy before too long. I believe there are some stretch goals to have additional commanders and troop types and things like that unlocked for the game. So be sure to check that one out. If you're into board games at all, if you do family game night, this is your kind of Kickstarter. Phil, you in on this one?
I think Risk only ever made me angry when I played it, so probably not. I am not good at Risk. I have Transformers Risk, and I think the last time I played that was 2009. So
okay. I am also bad at Risk, but I generally, the few times that I've played it, I have volunteered to play as the Russians, knowing that I will probably lose first and get to stop playing Risk soonest.
That's Axis and Allies.
Oh,
can you surrender as a move?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
In Axis and Allies, yes.
Yes. So anyways, so right there, it tells you how little I play Risk. I can't even not confuse it with Axis and Allies. So yeah, but if you enjoy board games, if you enjoy the game Risk, I cannot without clean conscience recognize that this GI Joe version is the most superior game of Risk that you'll ever own. Ever.
On its initial goal of 10,000, it has made 60,509.
Yeah, it's busted
with 2
out.
weeks to go.
Yeah, people are on this one, so this is going to happen.
Yeah,
I think
when this thing went live, like what was it, last week?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes later, I got the email saying it went live, and then 15 minutes later, I got the email funded.
But where is Sierra Gordo and Trucial Abysmia and Wolf Kagakakland?
I don't know, but eventually I will conquer them.
Figure Six Pack says, guys, I got to mention today is Michael Bell's birthday. He turned 87. Happy birthday, Michael Bell.
Wow. All right.
Former guest of the program, Michael Bell.
I saw him get shot on an episode of the Rockford Files.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I saw him whine to Captain Picard in the pilot.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, in the Rockford Files, he had it coming. He was a hitman.
Yeah. I saw him schmooze on an episode of Three's Company.
Ooh, even better.
Schmooze.
Was it a Roper episode or a Furley episode?
I don't remember that. It was a long time ago. Long time ago. Nowhere Manchild notes that in order to understand Risk, we must first manage Risk. George Costanza. Firefly says, Rockford Files is good TV. I agree, man. It holds up better than you'd think a show from the mid-70s would hold up.
50-year-old show.
I mean, Rockford Files and I are some episodes are about the same age, and Rockford Files is holding up better than I am.
That's James Garner for you.
Right? Diana Davis saw Michael Bell piss off Hawkeye on an episode of MASH.
I think I saw that one too.
Again, careful how you say that.
I swear to God, I thought the first time it said "piss on," and I mean, I don't know.
How'd they get that past the censors?
It's a show about medical humor, whatever.
Must have been the movie. They got a lot in that movie that wouldn't fly. Right.
Diana says that Piss On would be a different show, but would it? Would it really?
Yeah.
Not after MASH, MASH After Dark.
MASH After Dark.
That's the one with the smooth jazz intro.
A lot more saxophone in that Suicide is Painless rendition.
Right. That Baker Street.
Oh boy.
So again, we've got the link down below if you're interested at all. After this past 5 minutes of discussion, I don't see how you wouldn't be.
Exactly.
But Risk, GI Joe Risk, however you want to call it, available in Kickstarter from Renegade Game Studios. You know them. They make great games. Check it out before August 14th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Next news item. Hey, still a Haslab going on.
Hey, there's two going on now, but one that concerns us.
Right. We don't care about that other one. It's a Star Wars thing. As I always say to my Star Wars fan friends, oh, there's a Star Wars now? And then I'll turn around and say to my Star Trek fans, you mean there's a Star Trek now? Same joke, just flip side. I get so much mileage. So much mileage. You have no idea how many times Joe Colton has tried to hit me from making that joke to her.
You should then just ask if it's a spinoff of Star Search.
I see. Wow, that's a whole new wrinkle.
Which one's Wagon Train?
But anyways, this is the Snowcat project. You can see everything that's possible to get here. We are not at that point yet. Rack time, Rob. How many pledges we got on the Snowcat?
All right, we are at 7,478.
All right, still again a couple of hundred better than last week.
Yeah, every time I look at it, it's up a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little chunk coming, and so this does fund completely at 8,000. We got 15 days left on this campaign. 8,000 is going to happen. But includes the driver Frostbite, ski torpedoes with storage crates, missiles and blast effects, removable missile launcher system, which I believe they said would set up on the ground. Did they establish that, Phil? Yes,
they did say that on the. They figured out how to get that on the ground.
Yeah, I think they mentioned that. Yeah.
The back does convert to a troop carrying space. It's got realistic engine details. It's got a pull-out cooking station. Adjustable cockpit controls, not available. Well, I would hope available, but adjustable cockpit controls. Opening cockpit. Just everybody lean left.
Somebody get out and push.
Opening cockpit and side windows. Working headlights and light up dash details and working rear treads. That ain't that ain't bad right there. Excuse you, Phil. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
$324.99. We got stretch goals available at 10,000, 12,000, and 14,000. We'll talk more about them next week as we get a little bit closer to the end. But yeah. Phil, you got your pledge in yet?
really contemplating skipping this one just for financial reasons. Like, it's really cool looking. Seeing it in person was really nice. We'll definitely try to get the figures at some point, but yeah, I don't know about the Snowcat, just money wise.
But how about let's take a bet, just because we may not have you back before it ends, Phil. Stretch goal wise, how many do you think it's going to unlock?
I think we'll get to the bivouac, but not necessarily to Flint.
How about you, Ragtime Rob?
Flint's looking a little tight. I know the Joe stuff has a history of getting significant last day bumps. And this is kind of acting like the Sky Striker a little bit more than some of the other ones are. But remember, the Sky Striker funded and they got 2 almost to the 3rd tier. And this one's on lower level, so who knows,
Right. I don't think we're even in panic stage at this point, because this is, for all intents and purposes, this is all but funded now. And while this is not going to be a campaign that breaks records like the Dragonfly or the Rattler did, I think Flint is still very much on the table. I'm not shocked if it doesn't happen.
But you're not surprised either.
But I'm not surprised when it does. So
I'm curious to see where this thing goes now, because like I said, I haven't put mine in yet, but I can, like, starting this week, because I do get a little, a little bit of financial flexibility this month. So a
little breathing room.
Yeah.
Now that you have a job again.
Well, I mean, I was getting paid through, but it's
like you're sitting at home for 2 months. Oh, I guess we got to start paying this guy again.
Yeah.
He's got to work at the Wiener Schnitzel in the meantime. I will say, in person, it is very impressive. It does look pretty cool.
And that was still, yeah, I mean, and that was still like pre-production model.
It's a financial decision at some point.
You love it, Phil. You're in, you know it.
Peer pressure here.
I mean, honestly, if I'm going to be honest, full disclosure, I'm a little on the fence myself, simply because the previous 3 classified Haslabs are still in the box for me. So I don't know where this thing's gonna go. I think, like, I may just finally be out of space for this.
I honestly don't have space for the Rattler, but we're gonna deal with that problem when it comes.
Right, this is becoming not a question of, do I like this enough, because I love it. I love this thing. I think this is incredible. But is it legitimate for me? Is it something that I can realistically have and actually enjoy, or is it just going to sit in a box like the other 3? So I have to ask that question to myself and figure out some things. But
go on a journey of self-revelation, crossing through the Arizona desert barefoot.
I'm going to get high on super hot peppers, and then a wolf will appear, and he'll sound like Johnny Cat. Wait, no, that's Homer Simpson.
I mean, it might still happen.
It could. It may. I don't think I have enough hot peppers hanging around, though.
You eat enough hot peppers.
Sanity peppers.
If you eat enough of those, something's going to sound like Johnny Cash. It doesn't necessarily have to be a coyote.
I have a like 3/4 of a bottle of Frank's Red Hot, and I don't think that counts.
No.
Not quite Guatemalan insanity peppers level.
Yeah, I mean, it's hot. It's got some tang. I don't want to make it sound like Frank's Red Hot is crappy. I love it. As they say, I put that bleep on everything.
But they don't say bleep.
They do. It's bleeped. That commercial gets on network TV, man. They know. Look, the Frank's Red Hot people are clearly devout What's on Joe Mind fans, because they understand that bleeping is bleeping funny.
Especially when it's not necessary.
Right. Well, in that case, it actually kind of was, but anyway.
I still want to try and get away where you have to censor somebody so much that the bleep spells out a curse word in Morse code.
Right. I believe that is referred to as the Kevin Watts effect.
Yeah, I was going to say, if somebody could do it,
That's our gentleman right there.
I think he just, somewhere he's just going, challenge accepted.
Meow! Behind his ginger pirate mustache. I don't know if he's got a pirate mustache. He is
Let's
a ginger. So anyways, Snowcat's going on through August 14th. Again, we'll talk more about the pledge goals or stretch goals next week and bring them back out of the mothballs so we can discuss what getting past 8,000 looks like again. 19J Jace says you guys need to get some Blair's Ultra Death. I disagree. I do not. I like a little hot sauce, but I don't need just heat for heat's sake. That's
This isn't Hot Ones.
Yeah, no. Right. If I was going on Hot Ones, I'd eat that shit because Lord knows that seems to be the hot thing to do, right?
That final dab.
Right. If I'm on Hot Ones, clearly something's going right with my life. So
that you bribed your way on set.
Right, or
and Sean Evans has no idea what he's doing.
Right. Sean Evans and his 17 other substitutes are all sick that day, and I just happened to be walking by.
So there's this picture of me at a JoeCon.
You've hosted nonsensical talk shows before, haven't you? Why, yes, I have.
Well, yes.
I have an extensive resume in that regard. Get in here.
Get in here. And by the way, if you hear Johnny Cash,
you hurt yourself today.
Oh, check it out. Head over to HasbroPulse.com. They got all kinds of pictures and stuff up there, showing off all the crazy details. We're past San Diego. Go give it a look. Firefly says, just like Shaq, Mike would, quote, make a face on Hot Ones. Yeah, I probably would. I would be, I can tolerate hot stuff pretty well, right? Like I'm not one of those, I'm not one of those, banging the table, cursing, getting sick kind of people, but things would open up.
I'm
half a box of Kleenex if we're lucky.
I have the feeling I'm going to feel it later.
Yeah, not all of us can handle spice with the grace and the plum of an Alton Brown.
Right. Right. Of course you're going to feel it later. That's the whole thing, Rob. But that has more to do with the wings than it does with the sauce. Anyways, moving forward. Next news item. Hey, we got some Skybound stuff happening next week. Nothing this week in the
afoot.
Yeah, nothing big nothing happening in the GI Joe Energon universe Larry Hama world this week. But next week we do get to see Real American Hero 319, written by the legend himself, pencils by Paul Pelletier, Tony Cordos on inks, and the Eisner-nominated Francesco Segala on colors. As you can see there from the cover, Dr. Mindbender's up to no good with the corpse of the original Serpentor. See, with the arrow sticking right out of his eye. Talk about getting past the censors. I'm surprised that happened. Right? I mean, it's not super gory or nothing, but there is an arrow in that man's eye.
Didn't they? I mean, they've resurrected that corpse once already.
I'm just saying.
You dig it out from the bottom of the pit.
Yeah.
Dr. Mindbender and his stainless steel mixing bowl head are up to no good.
He put it in the Balo Shino.
19J says, dude, that cover is epic. It is that cover is operatic. I'll go even one further. That is there's like a swelling of the orchestra going on. Yeah, Firefly Mindbender put his head in the Balo Shino. No, he didn't.
All right then.
All right. Oh, good times, good times. Phil, you been keeping up on the old Real American Hero comic thread there?
It's on my TBR list. That is, I have fallen behind on it just because everything else going on. But I do fully intend to get caught up on that one for sure.
Right. You were in San Diego last week, driving your Rockford Files car around,
Solving mysteries.
Singing the theme song every chance you got.
Oh God, yeah. Now Rockford was in L.A. I mean, if you want to go San Diego, you got to do the Simon and Simon.
Was he? I thought Rockford was also San Diego.
No, he's in L.A.
No, I guess he is. I guess you're right.
But hey,
Problem is I transition so easily into the Sanford and Sons theme song. So,
but Simon and Simon, I would argue, an even better theme song. So
you get to do the Simon and Simon theme song.
there you go. I don't have the ability to sing that high right now, so I've been talking too much today.
woohoo!
At Racktime Rob, what do you think?
Yeah.
He thinks.
I think he has been shining his head in the ball, Shino.
Yeah. I'll go with that. Or he's been using turtle wax for that hard shell finish.
Ooh,
Maybe some Armor All.
that's Armor All's better for the chrome. So
Yeah.
probably.
You'd be surprised what just a little bit of Windex can do.
Probably. I have to question, and I hope we're not spoiling too much. It seems like giving Mindbender this super upgrade to where he is not only healed. Well, I get healing him because he's important. Turning Mindbender into the super fight ninja guy strikes me as a little strange. I don't see where that was necessary. It seems like a common step for many of the upper tier Joe villains these days. Your thoughts?
They go full artificial ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we'd lean back on that battle core look for Mindbender.
Yeah.
I miss that look.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Now he's Dr. Chrome Dome.
Firefly says nobody remembers the first season Simon and Simon opening. Just like anything after the season 1 opening for Magnum PI. Right, because the season 1 opening for both of those shows, they were trash. And this, like the Magnum theme song that we all know and love is far superior, similar to the Simon and Simon theme song that we know and love, which I believe came in season 3, is the far superior. Perhaps the finest hour-long drama theme song of all time.
The original Magnum theme.
A-Team's kind of up there for me.
A-Team is up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got the spoken word intro to it to give it that gravitas, and well, again, it's another Mike Post masterpiece. So he's the king. It's Mike Post.
The original Magnum theme is so bad that they changed it to the one everybody knows by episode 9.
Yeah, it was
first season.
just painfully generic.
Yeah, it's just.
We were watching an old rerun and the show started and it's not the dun 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 dun, and it's whatever that first theme song was, and I just did the slow turn over to Rob. What the hell is this?
Higgins, put the better song on.
What the hell? And I had to tell him. Said yes, this is the original. It was like when you found old episodes of the Flintstones and had the original opening there.
Right.
And not the famous theme song.
At least it's not the cigarettes ads from Flintstones.
Oh, those would rock.
That would be incredible.
Hey, Bond, these Chesterfields are smooth.
No, Marlboro. Oh, no, Winston. I'm sorry.
Winston. That's right. Winston. Yeah.
Winston tastes good. Like it. Anyways. I'm not going to sing the Winston cigarette theme. I think
Probably
suddenly
not a great look.
Cereals don't seem so bad, do they?
Yeah, big tobacco can pony up for that.
Remember, The Simpsons the Flintstones was a primetime show.
Right.
I'll take my Superman cereal commercials over that.
We do have some Skybound panel highlights from the weekend, Phil.
Yeah.
Let me know if I'm. Go ahead. Why don't you take us through those bullet points there?
All right. Robert Kirkman does take over the writing of Transformers on issue 25, and we get Dan Mora on the pencils. So,
That's true.
I don't know how he's doing that. Like, I don't even know how John Byrne managed to do multiple books a month back in the 80s, but now people demand so much more detail in their comics. I'm not sure how Dan Mora is human at this point, but
yeah, I mean, if he's not dropping one of his 2 DC books, I mean, then he's doing 3.
Yeah,
and one of the books he's doing for DC is Justice League.
Yeah, it's they're all pretty prominent titles. I'm gonna say.
Well, I mean, Justice League. It's Justice League Unlimited. If you haven't been, everyone is a Justice Leaguer, so it's a crowded book.
Yeah.
Right, much
There's
like
a million
Transformers,
characters every issue, as opposed, his other book is Superman, and they just brought in the Legion. So hey.
Maybe just drawing lots and lots and lots and lots of lines is what he has to do.
Yeah.
I hope there's somebody else doing inks for him.
Oh yeah. I mean, more Dan Mora is a good thing.
Right.
He's
of
great.
course, yeah. I'm just, how is he doing this as a superhuman feat of?
It's just not done
drawing
anymore.
hands.
It's like it's kind of like like you said, artists used to be able to do like maybe sometimes 2 books a month and something like that, and it's like it's kind of like starting pitching in baseball. They never go 9 innings anymore.
Yeah,
and John Byrne was saved by the fact that everybody has the same face.
Yeah.
I mean, John Byrne was writing and drawing those books.
But anyways, Phil, go on.
Shooter makes her Energon Universe debut as part of Night Force in GI Joe 12. And then in the next month, we get the Dreadnought War starting in GI Joe 13. And then we're going bi-monthly for that. They did mention there's a cover that shows Buzzer with the chainsaw in his hand, like Army of Darkness, Evil Dead style. And they mentioned there may be a scene in which he jumps onto the hood of the car that Duke is driving with Cobra Commander as his passenger, forcing Duke and Cobra Commander to jump out onto the vehicles tailing them, fighting their way through a mess of dreadnoughts, and then jump in a 4-page sequence.
Phil, you got as far as Buzzer jumping on the hood of the car, and then the thing froze. So start over.
So Buzzer jumps onto the car that Duke is driving with Cobra Commander as his passenger, forcing Duke and Cobra Commander to jump out to the sides on the pursuit vehicles, fighting their way through dreadnoughts, and then jumping back onto a pursuit car behind them where they meet up in a 4-page sequence. So that sounds kind of cool.
We're all about that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's they had a preview, like a teaser video up the last couple days on YouTube, only about like a minute and a half. And yeah, basically the Dreadnoughts are ticked at Cobra Commander, so they're going after him.
Yeah, Destro has put a hit out on Cobra Commander, and the Dreadnoughts are collecting.
Yeah.
Not to mention they
basically Cobra Commander finds he needs help, and he turns to Duke. So it sounds good.
Yeah.
And then lastly, Quintesson War
and Void Rivals. That one seemed a little more cryptic on that, so don't have much more information on that. But Quintessence, Space, Cobra Law. We'll be getting the Cobra Law Royal Guards might start gaining personalities as the issues go by, so that they kind of become more individualistic.
They have shown basically like individual characters under that armor, in the issues that have had the Cobra Law in it. So
yeah,
they're
going to start developing personality there. They kind of mentioned on that point.
Yeah.
anything that picks up. If I have one complaint about the Energon universe, it's that Void Rivals needs to pick up the pace a little bit. I understand it's, but like if you're gonna have just 2 books that are just action packed like GI Joe's been and Transformers has been, and then your 3rd book, which is supposed to tie in with them and is a completely different type of storytelling, but it's the same story, it kind of loses me, right? So and again, they don't all have to be the same, but a little bit more action, a little bit more consistently from Void Rivals would make me feel better about Void Rivals. So I look forward to it.
Hey.
As Phil and Mike have looks, Phil and Rob have looks on their faces that say, Mike's full of crap. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Screw all of you. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
This just in: Mike hates Hot Rod and Springer. No,
I love Springer. I don't think anybody loves Hot Rod. I think we're all still a little angry at Hot Rod.
he didn't need to intervene. Optimus was doing fine.
oh, let it go, people. He got better.
No, I'm having a Honcho moment. Did he really get better though? I don't think he got better.
He had to be a zombie first.
Because Rodimus sucked.
No, I'm talking about Optimus.
Well, yeah, Optimus got better.
Yeah.
No thanks to Hot Rod.
He looks cool.
Next
He's a
news
cool
item.
robot. Do, 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 do.
Oh, wait, I forgot. So again, next week, Real American Hero 319. And then on August 13th, Transformers 23. Ultra Magnus is on the cover. He looks sad, but that's kind of par for the course with Ultra Magnus. That's another problem I have with Energon Universe. Enough sad Ultra Magnus.
Aw.
Ultra Magnus always seems sad. It doesn't matter what world we're working in. Ultra Magnus is sad. I just want a non-sad Ultra Magnus, just once.
He should be talking down planes from the sky and then exploring the mysteries of the universe.
There's a meta Robert Stack joke in there somewhere, but
There's 2.
Oh, yeah,
hey, if you go down below, you can see the link to the GoFundMe for our good friend Roger Taft. As those of you who have been watching the show lately know, Roger has had some health issues in recent years that have caused some problems with his eyesight. There is a surgery option on the table to get that fixed, but he needs your help. So please go down to the GoFundMe link below for Roger. Check that out. Click on it, and let's help our buddy Roger get back to 100%. We have seen him on the show how many times before, plugging away with After Action Report and their projects. Roger has given us hours, if not days, if not months of enjoyment through his hard work. Let's help the guy see again. How's that sound? We've also got for Jamie Sullivan. Again, Jamie's talking to his foot doctor. That surgery for him to save his foot, they are planning to go forward with that any day now. There's still a few thousand short to being able to cover it in full. So please, even if you just $1, $2, $5, what have you, whatever's laying around, whatever you can shake out of the couch after a very busy week buying pre-orders, would be well appreciated. Again, Jamie has spent how many hours giving us the joy of his GI Joe artwork, both in comics and at shows. Just a great guy and a great fan, a good guy for our community, and he needs our help. So whatever you got, the link for this is down below. And last but certainly not least, look at that little crusty nose.
Look at Luke. Who's got a crusty nose? Who's got a crusty nose?
It's Splash. Splash has a crusty nose. And Splash has had some stomach issues that got compounded by some breathing and pneumonia issues, which has resulted in some huge vet bills for our friend in the live chat, Diana Davis. So if you've got, again, just $1, $2, $5, whatever you can shake out of the couch, every little bit helps to help get Diana and Cullen out from behind a huge vet bill to save their beloved bulldog Splash. She's got a little thing in her nose. We got to get that out of there. It's making all the crust on her nose. Splash loves Phil too, so right there, we want to help.
True.
We want to help Phil's friend, don't we?
Don't you?
Right. And that's like the others. That link is down below in the description. Yeah, good Lord, 46,000 in vet bills.
Jeez, wow.
Incubators and breathing tubes and tents and all that that's expensive at the vet. But that's what it takes because bulldogs don't breathe great to begin with. So sometimes their own physiology works against them when they're trying to get over stuff like that. But she does love Phil. He's the favorite Phil. You see, that's like the first out of at least 2 Phils.
Ooh, competition.
So again, link is down below. Diana has given us all kinds of enjoyment in the GI Joe world, so let's help her out. Pay her back just a little bit by sending $1, sending $2, $5, $10, whatever you got. And that, of course, we do have a quick thanks to our friends at the Surveillance Port. If you need daily Joe news, obviously, What's on Joe Mind isn't helping you out with daily stuff. We try on our social media, but you want pictures and teaser photos and things like that, Surveillance Port is a great place to get your daily GI Joe news roundup. Head on over and visit them at surveillance-port.com. You may have to pause the screen because surveillance is difficult to spell.
Take a screenshot.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Eric thanks you, and he does not have a crusty nose, though, so that's for the best, but it makes him decidedly less cute.
Who's got a little crusty nose? Who's got a crusty nose?
At surveillance-port.com. And that brings us to the end of the news. GI Joe 3D Printing Podcast is happy to present Chunky Tank Kitty and his Meowler Tank. Be sure to check out the GI Joe 3D Printing Podcast. We do have the link to them on our channel page. It'll take you right over to their channel. Be sure to give them a subscribe. Whatever your skill level is with 3D printing, whether you're the beginner's beginner, the greenhorn right out of the box trying to figure out your first project, or an expert, these guys have you covered. Join Mike and Mark and Artwan. Go through their library of episodes. Figure out what you're working on and how they can help you. And sometimes we may even get them on our show. Who knows? So far, Mark's the only one that ever gets back to me on that. We'll get him. We'll get them all. Eventually, we'll get them all. We'll take a couple of questions after the break here. But first, let's take a quick moment to visit with our friends and sponsors at Kokomo Toys.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia. Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
All right. So real quick, Phil, Andrew Yaugen with a question. Was it confirmed by Emily that Haslabs can be sold after 3 years, sans electronics, and in a different color scheme?
The 3 years, yes. They have to be significantly different. Sans electronics, not necessarily. Like the purchase on Pulse has electronics in it, but different color scheme. I think they said it's something like 80% new tooling, just to make it look more pristine compared to the Afterlife version. But yeah, there has to be some significant changes to it it can't, like the Hiss can't be sold in black again. And they wouldn't put the electronics in the Hiss if there was going to be a mass retail, but that's more budget issues than requirements. But yeah, so the 3 years is the exclusivity bit for those molds. So yeah.
And so for the record, just to add context to the argument or the conversation, I don't want to say an argument, add context to the conversation. We are how old is the Hiss now?
2022, 2023, probably when it arrived. Yeah.
So call it 2023, and so we're probably coming up on that.
I'd expect maybe a Hiss 3 coloration, maybe a septic tank, because that would be significant retooling, but not black.
Or the crimson,
Yeah, crimson, sure.
Right. I mean, if they go overkill and Eco Warriors direction, maybe a septic tank that is better would be in the cards.
I think if they made it closer to the prototype one that I have, it would look better. But
I'm dancing around it because I know how much you love the septic tank, Phil. But
I love that as the concept, and I love my prototype one more than the actual retail release.
it's a little goofy. It's a little goofy.
I like it. It's got a snorkel. When you really it's an air hose. It makes more sense.
Figure 6-pack. By the way, Andrew Gaugan says thank you. Figure 6-pack says the 1991 GI Joe lineup of Cobras have troops which had no Viper names on them: Desert Scorpion, Snow Serpent, Crimson Guard Immortal, and Vapor from the Hurricane. Well, yeah, they were trying some different things by that point, so I think we were all a little vipered out. 19J says Tiger Cat confirmed 2030.
They can put it in camo or green, make it the Havoc too.
Right. That's all right. So that's pretty much what we got. We're already over 2 hours. So let's real quick, let's move into Phil, you got anything? You have anything you want to show off from San Diego? We want to make sure we get you a couple of minutes because you probably got the coolest stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the standard Pulse exclusives, which I did pick up, including the Void Rivals one. Don't mind that the comic book is missing. I gave that one to Josh, so he did have a loose one for his archives. But I did also get the reaction of Zartan that was at the Reigning Fusion Music booth. But what's fun is they actually did have a signing by the Cold Slither band there on Friday. So this one's signed. And it's still
very cool. I dig the Zartan signature there. He was just putting a capital letter Z with an exclamation point, or with a question mark. So that's pretty cool.
And I like they actually did stay in character. That was the fun thing about it is they spoke with British accents, and I know it's supposed to be Australian, but even the cartoon was kind of vague on that accent.
Right, it was a little
and
somewhere between the two.
And the concert that we went to, Zartan's mic had a filter applied, so when he spoke, it did that echoey thing like it did in the Sunbow cartoon too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, concert was a lot of fun too. I didn't get into that enough. For the encore, they actually brought out the singing voice of Gem, and she helped sing along with them as Gem. They had a little intro by Synergy and everything.
Huh.
We did get some of that up on our social media, so that shouldn't be a surprise to any of you. But again, Phil did the best that he could. Even got us some clips. I wasn't able to put a whole lot of the video from the concert up because that is just begging to get flagged.
Yeah, unlike some other YouTube channels, we might have to worry about being demonetized for stuff like that.
Right. So I wasn't able to give a whole lot of anything with music, but we do have some clips on our social media from Phil. So again, be sure to check out our Facebook or Instagram or both, because it's the same in both places. But to check out Phil's hard work from this weekend, be sure to comment on those photos and And because the more you interact with it, the more you give them thumbs up or talk about them or share them, the more people are going to see them. And Phil's hard work deserves to be seen.
I'm not just taking pictures into the void.
Nobody did pictures like Phil did pictures. So get over there, check them out. And if you got questions, ask away. Phil pops over and answers questions. I'll be over there to answer questions.
Yeah. I show up every now and then.
Rob won't. Rob's not on social media.
Yeah.
Figure Six Pack asked, didn't Skeletor have a blue version of He-Man's sword?
Purple.
Yeah, the purple blue. Yeah.
They each had half of a power sword that together was meant to be the key to Castle Grayskull.
Or was that Fakor? I think Fakor's was that weird
orange.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have my power sword on me because that's in my office.
19 Faith says, yes, the purple sword of power. I think that was from the adult version of the movie.
Well,
It's angry.
I got a purple sword of power for you, baby.
the porn parody.
Tim H asking, just coming in, why is it Rob's last free days? Because Rob goes back to school next week.
Yeah.
Rob is a teacher.
I have a bunch of tiny tyrants ruling over him.
Indiana is obnoxious about how early they start their school year. So, Racktime Rob, you got anything quick for what we got in?
After all my complaining about Target exclusives, I did find Breaker.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. He
was able to click the unsubscribe on the email me when it's in. So it's like, all right, I don't need that anymore.
He found one for me too, so I appreciate that. I also managed to get out to the local toy shop. I got myself an Alley Viper.
Ooh.
He's got a kind of a loose head mask, but that's okay. And I got myself another regular Viper. And
you
if
get
I
more
wasn't
Sonic Fighter Vipers, those are an underrated color scheme.
I kind of dig those, actually. I kind of like those. I only have one because folks have figured out that they're pretty rare. And so
that was the one I had growing up. I didn't have the original Viper.
Yeah, like they're actually, like cost-wise, they're either even with or a little bit more expensive than the 86 guys anymore.
Because all the gold rubs off, I think. It's hard to find a mint one.
Maybe. I do have one that's really, it's a nice looking one. But I don't have any of the gear for him, but
that's all right. The gear's kind of terrible.
I gave him one of these backpacks and
yeah, just give him the gold MP4 whatever M16 wannabe.
I gave him the accessory pack version of the Viper.
Oh yeah, that'll work too. Yeah.
So that he looks fine. He looks fine. He's fine. He's fine. People might think I have a decent number of Vipers if I wasn't somebody sitting here with 200 beachheads.
The beachheads outnumber the Vipers.
Yeah, quite a bit. Quite a bit.
I smell them coming.
I have a good number of Vipers. The Vipers actually get their own box in my collection, their own little small box, but it's not 200.
No, I don't have a dial tone yet.
I don't have mine either.
But do you have a dual tone?
No, I have tinnitus though sometimes.
Look, I'd be happy with just one.
Damn it.
Somebody give a second tone. Okay, all right, fine.
We're not doing the Himalayan throat singing.
Army Figure Six Pack asked, Mike, will you Army build Night Force beachheads? I would, but they're expensive for what they are. Like people are wanting $30, $35, $40 for those. And that's too much to spend on something that's
still cheaper than the Tiger Force beachheads.
Right. But you expect that because that was a club exclusive. Those were obnoxious and out of control when they were released. But I have a couple of the Night Force ones, and unless I find them cheap, I'm really not worrying about those.
Did you order the 6-inch one?
Yeah, I did. I had a Walmart gift card.
Another pre-order that happened during the convention. That's always fun.
Right. Or wasn't it just before?
That was like the Thursday of. I think.
Yeah, no, it was Thursday of. Yeah. I didn't even think to include that. We had it on last week's show though, so I'm not that worried. Anyways, shout outs. Phil Donnelly, who we shouting out to?
As always, we're shouting out Patrick Stewart, my other half on Articulated Points. That's the podcast we do on our own channel on YouTube.
So wait, you do a podcast on YouTube with the captain of the Starship Enterprise?
Not Picard nor Xavier, but a third option.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, and he's here tonight.
That's
Deputy Director Bullock.
That's a point of interest. We may have to check that out.
Yes. We do deep dives into toys, primarily GI Joe, but other lines included, but not limited to Action Man, Transformers, Star Wars, Photon, personal favorite of mine.
He just got here too. Hey Pat, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. You're on Eastern time like us, Pat. You have no excuse. 9 o'clock.
So go ahead, check us out. Hopefully you like the stuff we get into, because it's us hyper fixating on stuff for hours at a time sometimes.
Yeah, if you like the deep dive stuff, there are very few channels out there that do history like Articulated Points does. So if you love the lore, you need to check out Phil and Patrick and give them a subscribe and look at all their videos. Or so help me, I'll know. And I won't let you see the nose crust anymore. There'll be no more nose crust. No, I can't say that. I can't deny anyone. Look at that crusty little nose. Look at the crusty little nose.
And while we're here, let's shout out Diana as well for being there for me at Comic-Con, and so we can experience the joys of getting that power sword of He-Man all together.
Yeah, surviving the great sword rush of
Right. It sounds like she's thanking you for being a lead blocker through that experience.
Yeah.
But Rock Time Rob, who we shouting out?
Well, let's shout out Phil for his hard work during the convention on his coverage. And let's shout out the studio audience for hanging with us for yet another marathon episode.
Right. I mean, look, this is actually going a little shorter than I expected.
Yeah, this is not as long as
we this isn't like we had. I was thinking, do I want to? I know Slepsky went too. I was like, do I want to get him in too? I was like, no, we'll be on for 4 hours.
We'd still be on the second news item.
Right, we'd still be going.
I saw him here and there.
Yeah, no, I asked him too. It's like, did you see Phil? Like, yeah, I saw Phil.
He was sitting directly in front of me in the Energon panel.
Yeah.
Did you
Wednesday, new comic day?
Did you keep like hitting him in the back of his head?
No. Why would you say that?
Because it would have made that funny slapping noise because he's bald.
Now Joe's not going to want to be on the show.
Oh, he knows. 19 Jace just sauced a sub to Articulated Points. He'll watch later.
All right.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. More if you need to do that. And while you're doing all that clicking things, be sure that you're clicking this one here. Make sure you're clicking the thumbs up button to like the video. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel here at What's on Joe Mind. About 25% of you week after week just tune in and you're not subscribed. That's dumb because you've already watched this far into the video. YouTube is going to continue to recommend us to you for the rest of your life.
Yep.
So you might as well just click on there, because if you click on there, you're not just getting us in your algorithm, you're getting us in other people with similar interests algorithm, and that algorithm ain't working so hot these days unless you interact with videos. It's all we've got. So tuning in and watching certainly helps. We thank you for that. But while you're here, just do that quick free stuff. If you got a couple of bucks laying around, we do have a coffee account set up down below. The link is there. There's one for Joe Colton as well. Whatever you want to do there for us, if you subscribe at $1 a month or more, it does get you mentioned in our closing credits. And we do silly things with the closing credits sometimes. We got a Yeti with a chicken nugget doing backflips in our closing credits. It's a cool place to be. But anyhow, be sure to do that. I will reiterate Rob's shout outs to our studio audience. Also, if you're catching us on the replay, we love you just as much. You're the same thing. You count just as much. Don't let anybody ever tell you any different. We also give a shout out to our wonderful our audio feeds. I apologize. I'm not that good at keeping those up to date. I'm a few weeks behind on the audio feed. But you know, sometimes this is the priority, right? So if you're behind on episodes, just come on over to YouTube and watch the feed there. And you don't have to watch. We're not doing anything real physically interesting with our hands or pictures, but you can listen to us all the same. We come through the phone the same way. So check us out that way, would you? Again, thanks to Phil. We appreciate you, man. You just showed up and you started taking pictures, and you know, I wish we could have been a better antenna for you, but maybe we'll just get it. Maybe we'll get it afterwards. Maybe this is the kick in the pants everybody needed. They needed to know that Phil Donnelly is actually a real boy, not just a concoction, not just a figment of our imaginations that we manifested to masquerade San Diego coverage. No, but a real boy,
Papa?
A real live Biff McConkie Donk.
Papa, can you hear me? If our sister was watching, and we know she's not, she'd be freaking out right now.
A Yentl reference?
If you can make a Yentl joke, Katie is on your side. That's
She'll start singing along.
Andrew Galgan notes too. Thank you for your San Diego Comic-Con work, Phil. I know it cut into your Disneyland time. You're darn straight, man. He was a couple hours away. His powers were weak by the end of the weekend.
I was feeling drained.
He needs to recharge.
Dizzy and just had to be schlepped around everywhere with a golf cart. It was terrible.
There was a Phineas and Ferb and Stitch exhibits across the street. I had to walk by there just to get a small hit.
Right. Just some of the radiation off of it, right?
Pick up Perry the Platypus and start rubbing on you. Oh, there's Perry. Oh, God.
Ah, Perry, no.
There you are, Perry.
I'm not going to finish that thought. I'm going to let that alone.
Evil Incorporated.
Give us a quick shout out to our friends at Kokomo Toys. We'll sing the theme song. Kokomo Toys.
Kokomo
Toys.
And you know, that's it. That's what we got this week. We've wasted enough of your time. Be sure to tune in next week for another episode of What's on Joe Mind. We'll be back. It'll be Wednesday at 9. Patrick.
Well, now he doesn't want to come.
Well, he should have come this time. It's all it's all I know.
We did doing a slice loony.
Andrew Galgan with the best advice of the week. Get subscribed so Michael quit calling you dumb. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. I'm only nice to our subscribers. That's it. That's all. New Year's resolution for July. Only nice to subscribers.
Patrick's asking if it's okay if he listens later. Of course it is.
But is it okay? Yes. In fact, I recommend listening 2 or 3 times just to make sure everything sinks in. I forget things, and I need you to remind me of them later. And what's funny is I say this to Pat, and Pat has forgotten more about GI Joe or Real American Hero than I ever knew in the first place. And I was like, I'm pretty good, right? Patrick is an encyclopedia. He is terrifying with the breadth and depth of his knowledge. Absolutely terrifying. Figure 6-pack says, Mike, there was a 2008 single pack of Night Force Beachhead. I think you can still army build that. It's the same thing, man. It's the same. There's a little bit of a difference too. Like you can tell the difference between the 2004 that came in the 6-pack and came with the hydrofoil, and there's a subtle difference to the 2008 one, which I don't remember what it is. I'd have to go look again. But they're all just kind of just dumb expensive, not crazy expensive, but more than I want to pay for a figure with no accessories that is, less than 20 years old.
Also, those single packs were not a nationwide release. They were at like Dollar General, which was not in California at the time. I know I had to go out of state to get them.
Yeah, I still have one of those on card. So that's I don't know. That's really not that cool, but it scratches an itch for me.
There you go, Patrick, dropping the knowledge you can't remember.
Yeah, there you go. No dots in the camo on the later one. So yeah, that is I have it in one of in the beach party video that I made that nobody watched. I do go into the difference there. So I do have that knowledge up here somewhere, but it's early in the morning for me yet, and I don't remember these things too well. Right? So thank you, Patrick. I take back all the terrible things that I was going to say to you about you after we left the air. I've known Pat so long. We got to get Pat on the show. I've known Pat longer than I've known Phil by years. I've known Patrick Stewart. I think 35 years ago we did the first CoilCon.
1990.
Something like that. I don't know.
Wasn't it the Labor Day telethon with Jerry Lewis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I applied I pledged for that duffel bag. I still haven't gotten it, by the way.
I opened for Patrick. It was a different time.
Came on at 3 in the morning. Jerry's just stumbling around delirious.
Like our friend Vagon likes to say, stay safe, and if you can't, be careful. We'll be back next week with another brand spanking new episode of What's on Joe Mind. Have a good rest of the week, everybody. Yo, Joe.
Thank you.